Three games on Tuesday night. Start with a 7:30 kickoff between Bournemouth and Leicester City. Bournemouth are 13-18, minus 138. The draw 14-5, plus 280. And Leicester are out at 15-4, plus 375, Barry.
Yeah, so Bournemouth find themselves right in a slump of form at the moment, don't they? They really sort of caught everyone's eye not that long ago. But now no win in 5 in the league. Maybe the FA Cup might provide some respite here. They have beaten 2 championship opponents along the way. They beat QPR and Swansea, scoring 8 goals against those 2 sides. And they're now facing championship leaders, Leicester. But Leicester are having a bit of wobble of their own at the minute. Back-to-back defeats to Middlesbrough and Leeds have suddenly seen the championship title race become a little less certain, because it did look like Leicester were just going to get away. And I think now Leeds are back to within 6 or 7 points. Leicester, therefore, might see this as a bit of a distraction, because the priority is definitely promotion back to the Premier League. So up against Premier League opposition, it's like the opposite of what I said against Coventry, where Coventry can afford to sort of just try and go for it because they've got a good chance of going through anyway. Leicester are underdogs here, and they might just think, bollocks to it. Possibly. We'll see when the lineups come out. My first thought here was Bournemouth team total over 1.5 goals. I think Bournemouth have always got goals in them. It's 8-13. It's a little shorter than I'd like. So I've just kept it straightforward. It's still a short one, but I'm just going to take Bournemouth to win. I think Bournemouth to win here at a slightly better price of 8-11 is okay. I just think Bournemouth will want this a little bit more than Leicester to get back into some sort of form. And Leicester have other priorities. Bournemouth to beat Leicester at 8
on Tuesday, 2:45 Eastern Time, is Blackburn Rovers against Newcastle United. Blackburn 17-4, plus 425. The draws at 4-1. And Newcastle are 9-17, minus 188. Blackburn are finding things a bit of a struggle at the moment. New manager John Eustace came in. They've had 3 draws in a row, but they've only got 1 win in 13. So I'm no interest in them springing a surprise either. Loads of goals in their cup games. Talked about Cov earlier on. They beat Wrexham 4-1 and beat Cambridge 5-2. So tons of goals there. Newcastle were terrible on Saturday. And on that form, in fact, on the last month's worth of form, it's impossible to see Newcastle keeping a clean sheet. I mean, Luton scored 4, Bournemouth scored 2, Forest scored 2, Arsenal scored 4. But in this competition, they have kept 2. In a very similar comparison game, they eased past Sunderland 3-0, and then we won 2-0 at Fulham. So I think Newcastle will win. I think they'll be a little bit more determined to do better than they did on Saturday as well. I think there'll be a stiffening of the back after what happens at the weekend. Both teams to score is far too short at 1-2. So I do, like I say, I think Newcastle will win. I would give Blackburn a goal, but again, I think the safer bet, just in case Newcastle, I'm giving us a Newcastle 3-0 is an option here. So I'm going to take Newcastle to win with over 2 goals, because they might nick it 2-1. But just in case Blackburn don't get one and Newcastle get the 3-0, Newcastle to win in over 2 goals is 5-6, minus 120, Barry. 8 o'clock kickoff Tuesday, Luton Town taking on Manchester City. Luton are 9-1. The draw is 4-1. Manchester City are 3-10, minus 333, Baz.
Yeah, so Luton coming to this well rested. No game this weekend. After a 3-game losing streak, though, where they, we've talked about them being more competitive in games recently, but they're getting nothing in the way of rewards recently. They've conceded 13 goals in the last 4 games as well, Luton. But they do continue to score in every game. I'd take them to score again here. City ran out 2-1 winners after going behind to Luton in the league game, in the most recent league game, that is. So I don't think City have been convincing in the last few weeks. They had that draw against Chelsea, followed up with unconvincing 1-0 wins against Brentford and Bournemouth. So I decided after that, because that let me down at the weekend. I decided after that I didn't want to be taking City handicaps for a while. until they sort of look like clicking again. But I am prepared to go for goals, and it's not City goals this time. And I'm going to take the match total because I think Luton can contribute themselves. Luton games have gone over 2.5 goals in 7 straight, and 4 of the last 5 games for Luton have seen over 3.5. Luton are contributing in games, as I say. They haven't been shut out for a long time, but they are conceding plenty. I considered both teams to score in over 2.5 goals at 6-5, but I decided for a similar price just to take the over 3.5 in case City do have one of those games. Pick for me, Luton v Man City is over 3.5 goals at 5-4 plus 125.